I'm going to be experimenting. I am going to dye this beautiful human hair wig in a lovely bleached blonde to a gray tone, and I'm going to use 3 different shades of Overtone Conditioner. I've been curious about Overtone Conditioner and how it would work on gray hair, but after seeing some scary results on other people, I don't really want to test it on my head. So let's get to it. The first thing we need to do is give this wig a quick wash. Overtone Conditioner offers 3 different shades of silver, and we're going to play with all 3 of those today, mostly so we can find out what the heck they look like. They have their pastel silver treatment, their vibrant silver treatment, and the extreme silver treatment. Now, looking at them in the jars, I'm not seeing a great deal of difference. I'm wondering what it's going to look like on the wig. We're going to do the 3 tones. I'm going to do the pastel silver on the top. The midsection of the wig is going to be the vibrant silver, and then the under part of the wig is going to be the deep tone, the most extreme silver, so that we can get sort of a gradient effect. I've never dyed a wig before. I've never used Overtone Conditioner before. I have no idea how this is going to turn out. Let's find out. I found the Overtone Conditioner to be very, very simple to use. I colored my hair myself for many, many years before I went gray, and this goes on just like a hair color. It's got a nice, thick consistency. Of course, I wore gloves to protect my hands. I put plastic down on the counter to avoid staining the counter, but it did not seem to stain my skin. I got some on my arm at one point and it washed right off, so that was reassuring. It is, however, a long, boring, messy process. Even though I had pre-sectioned the hair in the 3 sections, I did find I needed to make some adjustments as I went along. When I switched to a new color, I made sure that I rinsed the brush so I wouldn't be getting it too much darker there than I wanted. Getting down to the last leg of it. The last chunk. Well, I think we've got her pretty well saturated on all levels. We're going to process now for 20 minutes, then we're going to give her a rinse and see how she turns out. Are you ready for the big reveal?
Me too.
Of course, we're not going to know everything until it's dried. My first impressions are that it looks a little purpley rather than the way my natural gray looks. Everything always seems to leave a slight purple cast, including my purple shampoo. And perhaps this would have been just as effective with purple shampoo. Let's get her dry and find out what we think. It's very pretty, but it is a little purpley. You can see much more intense down here with the extreme silver than up here with the pastel. Kind of hard to tell with the vibrant silver in the middle, but it has a nice gradients to it. It'll be interesting to see how this dries up. We are dry, rinsed and dry. You can see the varying shades that we got here with the Overtone Conditioner. It's got almost a bluish cast with the extreme underneath. I don't see a really big difference with the vibrant, but I can see a little bit of depth. There is sort of a mid-tone in here, and of course on the top we have the pastel silver, and you can compare it with natural silver gray hair. So I don't think it blends quite perfectly with natural hair, but I think it might be pretty to wear and pretty to enjoy, and we will learn as we go. You can see I am not an expert at styling hair on a wig head, but I found the Overtone Conditioner to be very, very easy to use. I colored my hair myself for many years, and it goes on with a brush applicator just as you would with any hair coloring. Very, very simple, straightforward, easy to use, doesn't seem to stain the skin. It washed right off when I got a little spot on my arm, so that was all very reassuring. Now let's talk about the color. We used 3 different shades of Overtone Conditioner. Underneath, we used the Extreme Silver. And I think this is a very pretty smoky gray tone with a little bit of a blue undertone to it. It did seem to take a little more here at the root than it did on the ends, but that could have to do with my application. I think that this is as close as you're going to get to a salt and pepper. Now, naturally occurring gray hair is a mix of white hairs and whatever your original color was. So it's going to be very difficult to match salt and pepper hair using Overtone Conditioner because it's only going to lay on color. It doesn't take away color. Color on color always adds up to more color. So you're going to get that nice sort of a blue purpley gray, a very smoky gray. This might be nice if you've got hair that you just want to deepen your gray tone. If you have naturally occurring gray hair and you want a deeper shade of gray, this might be fun to play with. Perhaps you might want to experiment with a shadow root to give yourself a little more depth. But I don't think you're going to be able to get that actual salt and pepper look using the Overtone Extreme Silver Conditioner. In the middle area here, we used the Vibrant Silver. And I think this is probably my favorite of the 3 shades. I think it gives you the depth without going into this really dark smoky color. The Vibrant Silver, I would say, is about the closest to my natural deep tones. You can see these tones underneath in my hair. Naturally, it's a little darker at the root and then it fades out and it's darker in the back than it is in the front. I think the Vibrant Silver is about as close as you can get with a chemical to that color. Again, that's something that might be fun for women who have naturally white hair and you'd like to bring a little more silver cast to it. And it's very easy because you can paint if you just want to do in little highlights or a little bit at the root to give it some more depth. I think it gives you some versatility and control so that you can have the silver hair that you want. On the top here, we have the Pastel Silver. And this is going to be as close to as you can get to what I have is this sort of mix of white and gray. For people who are looking to get that pure white hair, no, this is not giving you that pure white hair. Though Overtone conditioners may offer something that is a pure white, I don't know their whole line. I do feel like you're still seeing a little bit of a yellow tone in here. It's not pure silver. I feel like there's just a slight yellow cast to it that, well, is still the original blonde color showing through. It'll be interesting to see how this washes after I wash it once. How much will this smoky tone fade? I guess we're just going to have to save that for another video, huh? Even though there is this little bit of a yellow cast, many times natural silver and gray hair, unless you're washing with a purple shampoo regularly, it can often have a bit of a yellow cast to it. So, does that make it look more real or less real? I'm not sure anymore because I'm so used to seeing a purple thing all the time and everything that isn't purple just looks wrong to me. Really pleased with the application and the way it takes on the hair. It's very easy. And I'm excited to get myself some extensions, some human hair extensions. And I want to do this pastel silver on the extensions so that I can match my own hair, but then do the bottom part of the extensions in a hot pink or a purple or a turquoise. So I could have that fun two-toned look that would seem as though it's growing out of my head. So there's my first impression of the Overtone conditioners. I don't think you can chemically get anything that is quite as pretty as naturally occurring silver and white hair. But for those of us who are looking to play with extensions or wigs or toppers that are human hair, this gives us an option to tint them. This also might be really helpful for women who are transitioning and may have blonde hair and you want to make it a shade of gray to sort of blur the line while you're growing in. I think this is a possible way to play with it. Please, if any of you have played with it and had any results, let me know. I do want to caution you. There have been reported some incidences of women with natural silver hair using Overtone conditioner and then using a hot tool on it, and that hot tool being a little too hot and causing some burning, which would stain the hair. So as always, anytime you use a hot tool on naturally silver hair, please use some sort of thermal protectant. But I'd say for anybody who just has their hair previously lightened and they're looking to get a silver color, whatever your age, I think the Overtone is a great way to do it. Thank you very much to La Vivid Uniwigs for sending me this wonderful wig to play with. It's terrific quality, and you're going to be seeing this wig on me many times, I'm sure. And now you will know the story of how this wig came to be. And thank you to Overtone Conditioners for sending me some conditioner to play with. I think we all learned a lot from it. I hope you had fun. I sure learned a whole bunch of stuff. Got my mind going now. How about you? I love you bunches. Hope you have a great rest of your day. I will talk to you very soon.